Let me challenge you directly. Have you ever jumped a queue, lied on a CV, paid something extra to get something done faster, used a connection to get something done? If yes, congratulations. Welcome. You are part of the system you complain about. You are not just a victim of corruption, you are a major shareholder in the industry. I'm a king. Hello, welcome back to the Africa Narrative Podcast. My name is Femi Shuewu. Today's solo podcast is talking about corruption in Africa. Corruption is that uncle who shows up at every wedding uninvited, eats the biggest piece of chicken and still asks for takeaway. Yes, we are discussing corruption in Africa because nothing unites Africans more than two things: football and blaming the government and the leaders for being corrupt. Let me warn you, if you are allergic to looking at yourself in the mirror, please take your anti-allergy medicines now. So, let's get straight into it. No matter where you go in this continent, Lagos, Nairobi, Harare, Kampala, Accra, Dar es Salaam, the conversation is the same. The government is corrupt. They are thieves. They are the reasons why we are suffering. They are why our roads look like a battlefield in a Gollywood movie. At this point, if complaints burned calories, we'll all have 6 packs by now. And you know what? You are not entirely wrong. But you are not entirely right either. In Africa, government is blamed for everything. No electricity, government. No water, government. No job, government. Your boyfriend cheated? Somehow, government. Your goat ran away? Government. Your plantain did not fry properly? Government. Government is the universal scapegoat. But the question we are not asking is, who exactly is this government? When we say government, who are we talking about? Because last time I checked, ministers are not aliens from outer space. MPs are not imported from DSTV. Presidents are not delivered by DHL from Europe or grown in a secret lab under the Sahara. Government, they are us, our parents, our siblings, our classmates, our neighbors, our church, our mosque members, our WhatsApp group admins. We voted for them. We danced when they won. We printed t-shirts with their faces. We defended them on Facebook like unpaid lawyers. When elections are rigged, we point fingers at them, even though none of the politicians, leaders, or government has ever physically been caught or filmed rigging an election. They pay people like you and me with a small bag of rice to do it on their behalf. We sell our souls cheaply to the highest bidder, but we are not corrupt. But then we act shocked when the same politicians behave exactly like the society that produced them. If corruption is a pyramid, the government is just at the top. The foundation, that's us. The government is you. Yes, you. Don't look behind you. I'm talking to you. The government is your uncle who is adjusting figures at work. Your auntie who jumped the hospital queue because she knows someone. Your friend who says, relax, I can sort it out, which is African code for something illegal is about to happen. So when you say the government is corrupt or leaders are bad, what you are really saying is we are corrupt, but some of us got Wi-Fi on another level. Africans don't just experience corruption, we practice it daily, like devotion, morning, afternoon, evening. No fasting. At the airport, the immigration officer whispers, "Oga, something for the boys." At the police checkpoint, "Do you have something for us for the weekend?" At the licensing office, "If you want it fast, you understand now." At school, the lady undergraduate didn't fail, she just did not cooperate with the lecturer. We have turned inefficiency and corruption into a business model because the last time I checked, the government did not fall from the Moena Mutapa skies. They didn't parachute them from outer space. They are our uncles, our aunties. That guy you used to copy homework from. That cousin who just needed small help during exams. We laugh, we joke, we normalize it, we expect it, we even budget for it. It is the daily African life, normalized like food on the table. But when a minister buys a mansion, suddenly we are moral philosophers. We become prophets of righteousness. And let's talk about our hypocrisy, because African hypocrisy deserves its own Olympic category. Gold medal guaranteed. That landlord in Lagos that evicts tenants in November so he can rent to tourists coming for dirty December at triple the price, he's not corrupt. He's smart. The Nairobi hotel I once stayed in that advertised luxury rooms but delivered trauma experience in rooms where nothing worked. They don't think they are dishonest. It is marketing. The Kampala street trader who sold you a wooden giraffe for the price of a small cow, he doesn't see himself as corrupt. He's simply taking advantage of an opportunity. But the minister in a new Mercedes, crucify him. My friend, relax. You are not angry at corruption. You are angry that you are standing at the lower rung of the corruption ladder. We don't hate corruption. We hate not being the ones benefiting from it. That's the truth. And let me make it even worse. You know that thing we like to say? If this was Europe, if this was America, where politicians definitely don't have scandals, where money definitely doesn't disappear, it just relocates. My friend, let me stop you right there. They are not saints either. They just have more organized corruption. Corruption with better branding. Corruption with PR teams. Backroom deals. Legalized influence buying. In many Western countries, corruption wears a suit and uses big English words like lobbying and corporate influences. In Africa, corruption wears slippers and says, "My brother, help me help you." Same thing, different packaging. Corruption did not start in Africa. It just found better weather here. So no, Europe and America are not your moral yardstick. If they were perfect, they wouldn't need documentaries every year exposing corruption. The difference is not purity, it is structure. And before you start worshiping their roads, yes, some of their roads are excellent. But let me tell you something that is also true. I have driven on smoother roads in Kigali than in parts of Brussels. So no, We are not going to grade ourselves against some holy, corruption-free utopia. That place does not exist. So let's stop pretending that the West is heaven and Africa is the backyard of hell. Corruption is global. Ours is just more interactive. Now, let's talk about something that Africans hate more than traffic: responsibility. I once had a conversation in Zimbabwe with a taxi driver complaining about the bad roads in Harare. The government is useless. Look at these roads. And to be sure, some of the roads looked like they had been attacked by stray bombs flying across the Strait of Hormuz. So I asked him what I thought was a simple, logical question. How much tax do you pay? The man looked at me like I have just asked him to donate a kidney, like I had just insulted his ancestors. Why should I pay tax? Zimbabwe has resources. The government has money. Ah, yes. The magical government wallet, always full, never funded. So, let me get this straight. You don't want to pay tax, but you want roads, hospitals, electricity, security. So your country should run on faith? So you don't want to contribute, but you want world-class infrastructure? Bro, even miracles in the Bible required participation. Someone had to bring the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish. We want development, but we don't want inconveniences. We want change, but only if it doesn't involve us. We want accountability, but please don't check our own receipts. Corruption affects us all. It is not abstract. It is not a theory. It is not a TED talk. It affects the prices of food, the quality of schools, the safety of hospitals, the opportunities available to young people, the trust we have in each other. Corruption is not just stealing money, it is stealing futures. Now, here is the part that will annoy you the most. Corruption is not a government problem. It's a cultural problem. Yes, I said it. A culture where cutting corners is intelligence. Breaking rules is survival. Getting caught is the only crime. We don't admire honesty, we admire success. We don't ask, how did you make it? We ask, when are you inviting us for a share of the cake? Nothing moves unless a palm is grazed. Connections matter more than competence. Shortcuts are celebrated. Smartness is defined as beating the system. We admire the guy who knows how to play the game. We clap for him. We call him sharp. So when that same sharp guy enters politics, you expect him to become a saint overnight? With what? Holy water and Wi-Fi? No! But he didn't change. He just scaled up. He simply upgraded from small corruption to wholesale corruption. Let me challenge you directly. Have you ever jumped a queue, lied on a CV, paid something extra to get something done faster, used a connection to get something done? If yes, congratulations. Welcome. You are part of the system you complain about. You are not just a victim of corruption, you are a major shareholder in the industry. So before you pick up a stone to throw at your corrupt government and leaders, maybe use that stone to to fill the pothole in front of your house. At least that one will benefit you immediately. Now, how do we get out of this mess? Because I know someone is already saying, so what should we do? Just suffer? Relax. We are not suffering. We are adjusting. But here's the reality. There is no miracle fix. No superhero president. No magical policy. This thing will take time. Generations. Yes, generations. Because you are not fixing roads, you are fixing mindsets. And mindsets are stubborn. But here is where we start. We must redefine what we celebrate. Stop celebrating nonsense. If someone cheats the system, stop calling it smart. Call it what it is, cheating, even if it is inconvenient. Stop celebrating thieves because they are our thieves from our tribes and it is our turn. Pay your dues, literally. Taxes are not a punishment. They are the price of civilization. You cannot demand services you are not funding. It's like going to a restaurant, eating a full meal, and then saying the kitchen should have cooked for free. They have ingredients. Hold people accountable, including yourself, not just politicians. Everyday accountability in schools, in businesses, in homes. Raise children who understand fairness, not just success. Build systems, not heroes, because heroes retire, systems remain. Build systems that punish bad behavior regardless of who is in power, because even angels can become devils in a broken system. Build systems that make corruption difficult, not convenient. Teach children that honesty is not foolishness. This will take generations because you are not just fixing policies, you are rewriting DNAs. And that is slow work, very slow, like Nairobi traffic slow. Reward integrity instead of connections. Stop celebrating shortcuts. Start celebrating integrity. Demand transparency, not miracles. And most importantly, fix ourselves. A corrupt society cannot produce an uncorrupt government, just like mango tree cannot produce oranges. Don't expect results tomorrow. It took centuries for us to learn corruption. It will take us more than 24 hours to unlearn it. We keep acting shocked when our leaders behave like us, but our children are watching us jump queues, lies to get favors, bribe our ways out of trouble and call it smartness. The children are learning. They are upgrading the software, and tomorrow they will run the same country we are complaining about today, only more efficiently corrupt. An apple does not fall far away from the tree. In Africa, we are planting entire orchards of corruption, then blaming the government for the harvest. So no, we are not just victims of corruption. We are teaching it, exporting it, recycling it, and passing it down like a family inheritance. We are manufacturers, distributors, and unfortunately, we are raising the next generation of suppliers. And then we sit down, shake our heads, and say, the government. No. Look closer. Look closer. The government is just a mirror. And right now, the reflection is very accurate. If we want a different Africa, we must stop raising future corrupt leaders in our homes. If Africa is an Iroko tree, the corruption is not sitting at the top like a bird. It is inside the roots. And if the roots are rotten, no amount of shouting at the leaves will fix it. And you don't fix a tree by polishing the leaves. You fix it by nourishing the soil. So the next time you complain about corruption, remember, you are not shouting at strangers. You are shouting at your cousins, your neighbors, your classmates, and sometimes at yourself. You are part of the problem. And ask yourself, in what ways am I contributing to the same system of corruption? That question alone can change everything. Rise up today and be a part of the solution. Africa will rise, but only when we stop pretending corruption is a government problem and start admitting it is a family problem. That's it for this episode of the Africa Narrative Podcast. If this made you uncomfortable, good. If you are tired of corruption, don't just complain. Start with yourself. Thank you for listening to the Africa Narrative Podcast. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Start a conversation. Challenge someone. Challenge yourself. My name is Femi Shuewu. Until the next time, stay hopeful, stay positive, and stay honest. Or at least, try.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king, I think I'm a king,